Hello, everybody. I'm very glad to speak at the NOAA conference today. I'm going to talk with you this morning about high-resolution weather measurements and forecast. And more precisely, I'm going to show you my favorite kind of weather. I know that people like when it's sunny and warm during summer and sunny with snow on the mountains during winter, but for me, the best kind of weather is when it rains, because I love singing in the rain, and I love all the rain songs. And I live in Paris, and Paris is the most beautiful city when it rains, and I can imagine go out with sharing an umbrella with the people I love on a bridge in Paris. But what I don't want to be in this situation. When the sky becomes a nightmare and you have flash flooding, and I don't want to be also in that situation. I took the image from the NOAA conference, but we know that in the coming years we are going to have more flash flood events and more drought events. And it's going to happen, and we have a lot of scientific knowledge in order to avoid or at least to warn people about these kind of events. How we can do this now? We can invest in big infrastructure and satellite and weather radars in order to measure rainfall. But these kind of equipment are very expensive and very hard to maintain. The upkeeping costs are very high. And if you look at the state of the world right now, all yellow dots are weather radars. You don't have weather radars in 80% of the world, so you can monitor precisely the rain, and you can take action. And even in the country with a lot of yellow dots and a lot of weather radars, as the event becomes more smaller and more intense, you are not able to warn people in time. So what we have done with HDRN, we have think at a new way in order to do high-resolution weather measurements and also forecast. So the system is very simple, smaller, and autonomous in solar energy and also in data transmission. We connect a device on satellite dishes, and we measure the TV satellite signals. So you have all these satellites already here, all the electromagnetic waves coming from the space to the Earth. And if there is something in the atmosphere between the satellite and the rain box here, we are able to give you an information about the atmosphere. So when it rains, you have the forwarding of the signal, so you can look at the television when it rains a lot, but you can do weather measurements and then weather forecast. So we install a network of these dishes, and we are able, over a place with this equipment, to do a 500 meters resolution, a minute per minute iteration, and a forecast up to 2 hours in advance. For doing this, we need to analyze every link from satellite to dishes on all the sensors. And then a neural network is able to give you a solution and give you a weather map and do the forecast up to 2 hours in advance. Currently, HDRN has deployed 200 sensors in Ivory Coast, 10 sensors in Brazil, 50 sensors in Eastern Europe, and we are deploying 1,000 sensors in south of France, which is a part of France with a lot of flash flood events. And what can you expect from our product? You can expect a real-time rainfall accumulation, a real-time rainfall intensity, the forecast up to 2 hours in advance, and we are currently added the new parameters, so temperature, humidity, pressure. And when you have that, it's very important to understand that you can anticipate. I give you 2 hours before an event, and I'll give you also statistics on what happened before. So in order to do that, we are 9-people team right now, and we are going to be 12. And maybe because this topic on this morning is about agriculture, I want to talk to you about what we do in Ivory Coast. So in Ivory Coast, we've put 200 sensors there in order to do two things: to monitor the flash flood over the city of Abidjan, and also to give to cocoa plantation a good estimation on the rainfall in this part of the world, without any accurate weather data. So since last year, they monitor not the coming rainfall, but what was falling during the 24 past hours, and also during 1 month before, and 2 months, and during all the season. And with this data, they are able to manage what they are going to do in the plantation and to improve the quality of the cocoa and also the quantity of the production. So if we want to feed all the people on this earth, we have to think also about the weather data we are going to put inside models, and also the weather data, how we can do this kind of measurement over all the world and not only in the few rich countries. So we are working with some clients in Ivory Coast, in Tuto and Sodexam, and also with Météo France International. And big clients are also an insurance company. And the last application I want to talk with you about this data are parametric insurance, especially for agriculture. So we are using right now the data collected on south of France in order to give to insurance company the ability to insure crops and vineyards with a very accurate data about temperature, rainfall accumulation, and humidity. So they can compute with the edge terrain data the real impact of the weather on a crop, and manage to give the money back to the producer if they are impacted by a very bad weather situation. I think I'm up 2 minutes if you have any question. If there is no question, thank you very much for your attention.